do not turn that wheel. Also, too, the boarding ladder off the very back of the boat is off limits, so please do not stand or sit on the boarding ladder off the back of the boat. And one more thing here, guys, all the benches and seats around the boat are made for sitting down only. Do not stand up on any of the benches or seats throughout the course of the trip. Alright guys, we'll start off the tour. If you take a look off to the right side of the boat, you're going to see this pier with the blue doors on it. Everyone, this is the real Fisherman's Wharf. Without this pier right here, we'd have to call Fisherman's Wharf T-shirt Wharf. The reason for that, this is the area where commercial fishermen unload their catch. That is processed and got to your table. Off to the left here, guys, you're going to see that brick building with the white letters up on top of it. That's Ghirardelli Square, home of the famous Ghirardelli chocolate. Now, for all you chocolate lovers out there, this is what I recommend you guys go do. Go down to Ghirardelli Square, get all the sample of chocolate you can get at once. And once they realize they're giving you too many samples, folks, there's a 7-Eleven about 2 blocks away from the boat. Go down to 7-Eleven and buy the same exact chocolate for a better price. That's what I do, and I eat a lot of chocolate. Off to the left here, guys, you're going to see that three-masted sailing ship. Everyone, this is the Alcatraz, home of the Hyde Street Maritime Museum and Pier. Now, my great-grandfather used to work on the Alcatraz when it was named the Star of Alaska. Okay, everyone, we're going to receive the breakwater here, so please kick back and enjoy the ride. Everybody, welcome to the San Francisco Bay. All right. Now, if you guys take a look off to the right side of the boat here, folks, you're going to see that gray bridge off to the right. That gray bridge, everyone, is the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge is the most commuted bridge in the country. It is also the bridge that suffered damage during the 1989 earthquake. Now, since we're on the topic of bridges, everyone, if you take a look off to the left side of the boat, you're going to see that bridge off to the left. That is the world-famous Golden Gate Bridge. Now, the Golden Gate Bridge, everyone, is 1.5 miles long. It is held by 2 towers. Those towers stand 746 feet high. The roadway is 220 feet from the water. Now, folks, as you can tell, the bridge is held up by a series of cables. Those cables are pencil-thin cable wound into larger cable. Did you know that there's enough cable holding up the Golden Gate Bridge to go around the equator 3 times? Folks, that's a lot of cable. Now, everybody always asks me, why do they call it the Golden Gate Bridge when it's not even golden? What's up with that? Well, guys, the Golden Gate Bridge is named the Golden Gate Bridge, not because of its color. It's named the Golden Gate Bridge because of the water it spans over. See, folks, in 1849, California was there the gateway to the gold. Hence the name, the Golden Gate Bridge. Now the color of the bridge, everyone, is international orange, but it looks more red to me. Now if you guys take a look up ahead of us here, you're going to see Alcatraz, the rock. Alcatraz opened up as a federal prison in 1934. It was closed in 1963 because it was too expensive to keep operating. Now I bet most of you did not know this about Alcatraz, but before it was a federal prison. Originally, it was a military prison, and during the Civil War, it was a Civil War base for the Union. Now, up on the very top of the island, you're going to see that large building. This was the cell block. This is where infamous prisoners like Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and the Birdman served their time. Now, to the right of the cell block, you're going to see that lighthouse up there. Everyone, this was the first lit lighthouse on the entire West Coast. And to the right of the lighthouse, everyone, you're going to see that building up there with no roof on it. This was the warden's house. Now, once we circle the island here, guys, you're going to see a couple other buildings that are hollowed out. And some buildings with graffiti painted on them. The reason this is because after Alcatraz closed as a prison, a group of Native Americans came onto the island with great intentions to make it into a cultural center and a college. Unfortunately, a Native American biker gang came onto the island, started throwing big parties, stripping the buildings of the copper wiring, burning a few buildings to the ground. At one of the parties, someone did die, and the United States government kicked the Native Americans off the island. Alcatraz. Now, if you guys take a look at this first building coming into view right here, this is where the guards and their families used to live. This was the guards' homes. Yes, folks, you heard me right. The guards had their families live with them here, and that means children used to live on Alcatraz. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. They have a whole new shipment of prisoners. Good luck over there, prisoners. Hope you guys get paroled soon. Now, if you guys take a look in the middle of the island, right at the water's edge here, this is the oldest building on Alcatraz with a little red down roof on it. This is the Sally Port. Sally Port means armed gate. It was equipped with a dry boat and a drawbridge and was the only entrance onto the island. Now, this two-story building coming into view here with no roof on it, this was a meeting hall and a commissary. And on the bottom floor, folks, there was actually a two-lane bowling alley for the guards. Pretty cool, huh? Alcatraz had no electricity coming from the mainland, so they had to generate all their own power right here on the island. Now, if I could have everyone's attention away from Alcatraz for a moment, if you take a look off to the right side of the boat, you're going to see that big area of land with no houses on it. That's actually an island named Angel Island. Angel Island is the largest island in the San Francisco Bay. It was like the Ellis Island on the west coast for all the incoming immigrants. Now, also off to the right side of the boat, just to the other side of Angel Island there, you're going to see all the houses on the hills on the hill. All those houses over there, guys, it's the cities of Sausalito, Tiburon, and Belvedere, home of Marin County. Now, directing our attention back to Alcatraz, that 4-story building right here, folks, this was the industry and woodworking shop. And to the right of that, guys, that 2-story building you see right here, this was the laundromat. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why do they have such a large laundromat for such a small prison? The reason this is, folks, is because Alcatraz prisoners did all the laundry for the surrounding military bases here in the bay. Now, do you guys see all the birds that are peppered along the island over there? Do you know what type of birds those are? Yes, folks, those are jailbirds. They pose a high flight risk. Now, if I could have everyone's attention towards the front of the boat at this time, you get to see the beautiful San Francisco skyline. Folks, truly, the best way to see the city by the bay, well, is of course, from the bay. Get your cameras out, guys, because that's $1 million view for just $10.